Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karava Vahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Vande Guru Paramparam. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om. Welcome to this 29th day of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5. We are in the 19th verse today. In the 18th verse, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shunichaiva Shvapakecha Panditaha Samadarshanaha. Vidya means endowed with wisdom of who I am. Vinaya is the peace of mind, a clarity of mind where there is no kind of a desire for knowing something, desire for achieving something. So all desires are quelled down, are quietened down. And such a person, he is looking at whatever is sattvic, sattva guna in this world, rajo guna and tamo guna with an equal vision. And even lower than tamo guna, everything he is seeing with an equal vision. And that is a pandita, a samadarshinaha. And these are the more qualities of the pandita or the wise person is being mentioned in these few verses. Ikhaivatayirjita sargaha esham samye sthitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te sthitaha. Iha eva taihi jitaha sargaha. Indeed, in this world itself, living in this world, they have conquered creation. They've conquered creation means they've conquered samsara. Samsara is movement and change. They have transcended movement and change. Esham manaha samye sthitam, whose mind is in a state of equanimity. Nirdosham hi samam brahma. He sees that Brahma, he sees that motionless consciousness, motionless, alive, awake consciousness in everything, rather than seeing movement and change and qualities in everybody else, especially qualities which are not conducive to our senses or emotions. Nirdosham, he does not see any dosham, he does not see any lack, he does not see any misery or sorrow or something very bad or negative, nothing. Nirdosham, he samam, he sees everything on an equal plane. Tasmat brahmani te sthitaha. They are all established in the Brahman. Therefore, tasmat, they are established in that Brahman. Iha eva Jivat bihi eva. Iha eva means while living. Taihi samadarshibhihi panditaihi jitaha vashikritaha. Samadarshibhihi means people who are on a um, on an equal vision. Their vision is very equal. Panditaihi, the one who has attained that consciousness of the self and experiences that self in all, in things that are living and non-living. Panditaihi. Iha eva jitaha, while living, they have conquered, means they have conquered. Vashikritaha, sargaha, janma yesham samye, sarvabhuteshu brahmani swabhave sthitam, nischali bhutam manaha antakaranam. Their mind has become very quiet and they have conquered this whole creation of names and forms. Nothing is a special matter to them. Everything is that one Brahman alone. Nirdosham yadyapi doshavatsu shvapakadishu mudhaihi tad doshaihi doshavat iva vibhavyate. Shvapaka means the one who eats dogs. Yesterday we saw that dogs are very loving creatures. If one has to kill the dog and eat the dog, he must be of a very cruel nature at his heart. So, but this Brahmavit, he looks even at that Shvapaka, the one who eats dog, with the same vision as he sees his loved ones. So, Nirdosham doshavarjitam hi yasmat. He is free of all impurities of mind, of all mistakes in his personality, in his existence. Na api swaguna bheda bhinnam nirgunatvat chaitanyasya vakshyati cha bhagavan ichchadinam kshetra dharmatvam anaditvat nirgunatvat iti cha na api anyata vishesha atmanaha bhedakaha santi pratishareeram tesham satve pramanan upapattehe. So there is no difference in the Chaitanya because of the difference of qualities in every being. There is no difference, and every desire that makes every being different is the quality of the kshetra. So this discussion is going on. Ataha samam brahma ekam cha tasmat brahmani eva te sthitaha tasmat na dosha gandha matram api tan sprishati dehadi sanghatatma darshana bihi mana bhavat. So he does not have that person who has realized the truth, realized the self as consciousness, does not have any measurement or understanding of uh, these are individual beings, these are the names, these are the forms. He sees no difference, and so there is no quality of harmfulness or negativity that he sees in anything, because he sees everything as equal, everything as same. Drishyate hi brahmavit shadangavit chaturvedavit iti pujadanado guna vishesha sambandha karanam. Respect and giving, danam is to do in charity. The one who knows all the four Vedas. These are all the different qualities that are there in different people. Brahmatu sarva guna dosha sambandha varjitam iti ataha brahmani te sthitaha iti yuktam. So it is proper to say that they are Brahman, they are established in Brahman, because Brahman does not have any guna or any dosha. He does not have anything that can say that it is very great, or anything that can put themselves as very low. Karma vishayam cha समासमाभ्याम इत्यादि इदं तु सर्वकर्म संन्यास विषयं प्रस्तुतं सर्वकर्माणि मनसा इति आरभ्य आ अध्याय परिसमाप्तेः. So now, up to the end of this chapter, it is talking about people who are endowed with the authority or the need to do karma. Yasmat nirdosham hi samam brahma atma. Tasmat. The self is free of all impurities. The self is free of all malignancy, manipulation. There is no mischief in the self. It is just the pure consciousness. Why is it so? Tasmat. Therefore, na prakrishyet priyam prapya, no dvijet prapya chapriyam, sthira buddhira sammudhaha, brahmavit brahmani sthitaha. Sthira buddhihi. That brahmavit, the knower of the truth, he is established in that Brahman, Brahmani sthitaha. How does he stay in that Brahman? Sthira buddhihi. His intellect is unwavering. He does not think of something good at one time and something not so good at another time. At all times, his thought is the same, that of the Brahman alone. Some asammudhaha. There is not an iota of identification with the body, mind, and intellect as I in that person. He is asammudhaha. Na prahrishyet priyam prapya. Such a person, he does not get excited when he gets something good. Na udvijet prapya cha apriyam. When he gets something that is not so pleasing or not so conducive or compatible to him, he does not become crestfallen. His mind remains the same on both occasions. When he gets something that is conducive to him and when he gets something that is unconducive to him. Na prahrishyet, na praharsham kuryat, priyam ishtam prapya labdva, na udvijet prapya evacha apriyam anishtam labdva. When I get something that is not so good, may I not be crestfallen. When I get something that is great and palatable to me, may I not get exhilarated about it. Dehamatra atmadarshinam hi priya apriya praptihi harsha vishadasthane na kevalatmadarshinaha tasya priya apriya praptyasambhavat. So, there is, if the person is only a dehamatra atmadarshana, if he considers his body alone as a self, then he gets excited by what the body gets and that it likes and that it does not like. But it is not so for the one who has realized the Brahman as the self. Kimcha sarvabhuteshu ekaha samaha nirdosha atma iti sthira nirvichikitsa buddhihi yasya sa sthira buddhihi asammudhaha sammoha varjitaha च स्यात् यथोक्तः ब्रह्मवित् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः अकर्मकृत् सर्वकर्म सन्यासी इत्यर्थः. So sarva karma sannyasi is one who has given up all actions, who has got all these qualities mentioned above. Sthira buddhihi, where nirchikitsa, there is no doubt that I am, this body is a self. There is no thought like that. He knows very clearly that the Brahman, the self, is one in all. And then asammudaha sammoha varjitaha. He is not having any moha or delusion. Moha means I am the body. The thought, the strong thought that I am the body is moha. And such a person is a sarva karma sannyasi. He is the one who has given up all actions. That is, if I reach this state of mind, it means I am a sannyasi. I have given up the need for doing anything to achieve anything in this world. Kimcha brahmani sthitaha, the one who is established in the Brahman. What is his nature? 21st verse. Bahya sparsheshva saktatma vindatyatmani yat sukham sabrahma yoga yuktatma sukhamakshayam ashnute. That person enjoys akshayam sukham. Akshayam means never diminishing. There is no law of diminishing returns in economics that is applicable to the sukham or the joy that the Brahmavit realizes. Bahya sparsheshu asakta atma. He has given up any kind of excitement to being thrilled with joy when he's coming in contact with the objects with the world, that gives him joy. Vindati atmani yat sukham. He attains to that joy which is in the true self within. Sa Brahma Yoga Yukta Atma. That person is a Yoga Yukta. He has attained that supreme self and he is one with that supreme self, and that person enjoys in undecreasing joy or bliss or happiness, which is his own nature, his own self. Bahya sparsheshu bahyaha cha sparshaha cha te bahya sparshaha. Meaning, I eat a chocolate, I feel happy. I eat an ice cream, I feel happy. I meet somebody whom I like very much, I feel happy. This is bahya sparsha. Sprishyante iti sparsha shabdadayaha. Through my sense of hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting and touching, vishayaha teshu bahya sparsheshu asakta atma. He is not attached to that the sense pleasures. Antakaranam yasya saha ayam asakta atma. The one whose inner equipment of mind, ahamkara, is the ego, the sense of I, the storehouse of memories, and the intellect, is not contacting the world outside for its pleasures. So, Vishayeshu Prativarjitaha san Vindati Labhate Atmani Yat Sukham Tat Vindati Iti Etat. If the contact with the outer world for sense pleasures is given up, then what does that individual being enjoy? He enjoys the true sense of joy of the self alone. Sabrahma Yoga Yukta Atma Brahmani Yogaha Samadhihi Brahma Yogaha. Attaining that state of absorption of thought in the Brahman, it's Brahma Yoga. Tena Brahma Yogena Yuktaha Samahitaha. One who is united with that Brahman at all times. Tasmin Vyapruta Atma. He is established in that Brahman. Antakaranam Yasya Sa Brahma Yoga Yukta Atma Sukham Akshayam Ashnute Prapnoti. He enjoys being established in that Brahman. He enjoys eternal happiness, eternal bliss. Tasmat Bahya Vishaya Pritehe Kshanikaya Indriyani Nivartayet Atmani Akshayas Sukhathi Ityarthaha. If I want in decreasing happiness, then I should be established in the Brahman. So what does the next verse say about that? Itacha nivartayet. How do the sense organs withdraw from its contact with the sense objects? Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkayonaya evate adyantavantah kaunteya nateshu ramate buddhaha. Yehi, how to be free of contact with the world is to find the difficulties that we experience, to spot out the red flags or difficulties that we experience when we come into contact with the sense objects. When we spot the red flags and identify, when the brain identifies what are all the problems, then it will try to protect us by avoiding it. Yehi Yasmat samsparshaja vishayendriya samsparshebhyaha jata bhoga bhuktayaha. The pleasures that are achieved by the sense organs coming in contact with the sense objects, like the sense organ of sight, seeing, comes in contact with the sense object of an ice cream. The sense organ of tasting, comes in contact with the sense object of that ice cream, the smell of that ice cream, the flavor of that ice cream, the form of that ice cream, the sound of crunching of that ice cream cone, whatever, all the sense organs are engaged in enjoying that sense object. When this engagement is not there, dukkha yonaya evate. How can it not be there? When you understand that eating that ice cream is going to give me cold, eating that ice cream is going to upset my stomach. That is seeing the dukkha. seeing the sorrow in that enjoyment and not getting excited about that sense pleasure, which is very temporary, but looking at the sorrowful nature of that enjoyment post its consumption. Avidya kritatvat. Why is it sorrowful? Because every object is made up of ignorance, is made up of tamas, and whatever is made up of ignorance, if there is no consciousness in it, that much part of it is going to give us sorrow in our lives. Drishyante hi adhyatmikadini dukkhani tannimittani eva. Looking at all the sorrows that you get from an object of pleasure from the world, that will make us detach from that object. Na samsare sukhasya gandhamatram api asti iti buddhva vishaya mrigatrishnikaya indriyani nivartayet. How to withdraw from the senses? There is not even a gandhamatram, there is not even a fragrance of joy from this world of changing names and forms. This is the understanding. If the strong understanding is there, then the senses will withdraw. Otherwise, if the senses are not given the instruction, or the senses are not given the knowledge that there is sorrow in there, in what you are searching, the senses will keep going behind that, and along with it, the mind will also go. If the senses are taught, if the senses are trained that there is sorrow in the objects that you look out for pleasure, then the senses will not go behind them. They will withdraw and come into the mind or come into the feeling within. न केवलं दुःखयोनय आद्यन्तवन्तः च आदिः विषयेन्द्रिय संयोगः भोगानाम् अन्तः च तद् वियोग एव. It is not only because of sorrow alone. The very contact of the sense organs with the sense objects is a source of sorrow. It is not only the object that's the source of sorrow. Even if I'm contacting, it is not only the coffee that I am drinking that gives me sorrow at one point of time. The very aspect that the sense organ is dependent on the coffee itself is a sorrowful thing, because there is something called dependency on the object of the senses. And as long as that dependency is existing, I am always going to be dependent on something. And my joy will always be conditional joy because it is dependent on something. Atha adyantavantaha anitya madhyakshana bhavitvat ityartaha. Therefore, adyantavantaha, it has got a beginning and it has got an end, and it is anitya, it is impermanent. Madhyakshana bhavi, it is existing, the joy is existing only in between for a short period of time. Kaunteya nateshu bhogeshu ramate buddha viveki avagata paramartha tattvaha atyanta mudhanam eva hi vishayeshu ratihi drishyate yatha pashu prabhutinam. Just like animals, Kaunteya, O Kaunteya, son of Kunti, he is reminding his mother's name, one who has gone through a lot of struggles in life and conquered her senses to bring up such a big family as the Yudhishtiras and the Pandavas of all the 5 brothers, without her husband and the wife of the other wife of Pandu, which is Madri, going to the forest and seeing their sons go through a lot of deprivation in life. Kaunteya nateshu bhogeshu ramate buddha viveki. Buddha, the wise person, is a viveki, the one who knows that there is consciousness and everything else that is unconscious is not I. He does not enjoy in vishaya or in sense objects. Avagata paramartha tattvaha. Who is the viveki? The one who has realized the truth. Atyanta mudhanam evahi vishayeshu ratihi drishyate. Only the extremely ignorant person who is identified with the body is engaged in this vishayarati, or the objects of sense pleasures. Yatha pashu prabhutinam, just like the animals are engaged in because animals do not have that sense of discrimination between who am I and what is not I. It is not possible with animals. And so what they know, what they are shown, they are engaged with that only. They have no other choice except follow the nature of their creation. Ayam cha shreyo marga pratipakshi kashtatamaha doshaha sarvanartha prapti hetuhu dur nirvarya cha iti tat parihare yat yatnadhikyam kartavyam iti aha bhagavan. So it is not an easy thing to withdraw from the senses. We have to put effort for that. The 23rd verse. Shaknoti haiva yas sodham praksharira vimokshanat kama krodhodbhavam vegam sayuktasya sukhi naraha. Shaknoti iha eva yas sodham. It is possible for the one for whom it is possible, iha eva yas sodham, prak sharira vimokshanat, before giving up the body, to withstand kama krodha udbhavam vegam, the speed with which the mind acts when it is excited by desire and when it is excited by anger. When that speed is able to be withstood and controlled by the person while living in this body, sayuktaha, such a person is only a yuktaha, a yogi, an integrated personality. Sa sukhi naraha, he is only the most, like after you leave the body, it doesn't matter. The desire and anger is not going to bother us, nor will we be free of ignorance. That is the problem. So, to be realizing the true self, it is very important that in this lifetime itself, it is very important to work on these two qualities of desire and anger and withstand its force and conquer it. Prak sharira vimokshanat, before giving up the body. Shaknoti utsahate iha eva. That is, how is it possible? We have to make that effort. Utsahate means develop that enthusiasm to practice. Iha eva jivan eva yaha sodhum prasahitum prak purvam sharira vimokshanat amaranat. Even before the death of this body, even before the dissolution of this body, it is important that we address these two issues of kama and krodha, desire and anger. Marana sima karanam jivataha avashyam bhavihi kama krodhodbhavaha vegaha ananta nimittatvatih sa iti. This anger and desire is coming on account of many triggers in this world. So as long as we are alive, these triggers are going to happen to us all the time. Yavat maranam tavat na vishramaniyaha ityartaha. So these triggers are going to become. There is no end to these triggers of kama and krodha, of desire and anger. So until the time you reach that state of dissolution of the body, the dissolution of the ego, and finally the body in this lifetime, we have to make the effort to conquer kama and krodha. Kama, what is kama? Indriya gochara prapte ishte vishaye shruyamane smaryamane va anubhute sukha hetau ya gardhihi trishna sakamaha. Gardhihi, very beautiful word. Gardha means that desire, the craving. What is it? Kama is a craving of indriya gochara prapte. When the sense organ of seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching comes in contact with the sense object of sound, form, smell, taste and feeling, ishte vishaye shruyamane smaryamane. What I have heard, what I have experienced, smaryamane, what I remember, that is very likable to me. Va anubhute sukha hetau ya gardhihi. There is a kind of craving that's triggered when I know that I've experienced this, I've heard about it, it is very great, it is very good, and I want to experience it. There is a trigger inside, there is a craving inside Trishna, Gardhihi, that is Kama. Kama. Krodha cha atmanaha pratikuleshu dukkhetushu drishyamaneshu shruyamaneshu smaryamaneshu va yo dveshaha sa krodhaha. Opposite of kama is krodha. Kama is the waves of my heart is going towards that object which I have experienced, heard, and I like it very much. Krodha is the waves of the heart are going away from the object which gives me sorrow. What I've heard, what I have seen, and what I have remembered, if that object is coming before me and I know that it is giving me sorrow, withdrawing from it or hating that object is dvesha or krodha. Tau kama krodhau udbhavau yasya vegasya sa kama krodhodbhavaha vegaha romanchana krishta netra vadanadi lingaha. Romanchana means kama krodha. How does it manifest? Romanchana, hair standing on end. Krishta, horripilation. It is the goosebumps we get. Krishta Netravat, joy is filling the eyes. So when you experience all this, when you have kama, antakarana prakshobha rupaha, kamodbhavaha vegaha, antakarana prakshobha, the mind, the intellect, the ego, and the memories are all triggered by something that we like. That is called kama. Tau kama krodhau udbhavau yasya. So a krodha is also that which triggers negatively. Kama is that which triggers positively. Meaning the way I like and the way I don't like. Vegasya sa kama krodhodbhavo vegaha same thing. Gatra prakampa prasveda samdashtaushta puta raktanetradi lingaha. Very beautifully. How beautifully can Bhagavan Adisankaracharya explain for us? He is explaining the physical manifestations of kama in the previous line, and now the physical manifestations of krodha. Krodhodbhavaha vegaha. Gatra prakampa, shaking of the body. Prasveda, sweating. Samdashta ushta, puta, biting of the lips with anger. Rakta netradi lingaha, red eyes. The eyes are red in color. Lingaha, these are all the signs of krodha. So, Bhagavan Adisankaracharya is making it so easy. When we have these signs, we are experiencing kama. When we have these signs, we are experiencing krodha. And when we experience kama and krodha, we know that it is time to level them down, to bring them to homeostasis and control that situation, rather than giving expression to it and going after where it takes us. Krodhodbhavaha vegaha. Tam kama krodhodbhavam vegam ya utsahate prasahate sodhum prasahitum sayuktaha yogi sukhi cha iha loke naraha. Such a person is a yogi who tries to control or stabilize this anger and desire. Prasahitum, first before stabilizing, to withstand it, to identify it, to be aware of it, to name it, to withstand it, to allow it to be, and then work on it by not allowing it to continue. Katham bhutaha cha brahmani stitaha brahma prapnoti iti aha. So how does this person who is established in the Brahman achieve the Brahman? We will see the remaining 5 verses tomorrow. Om sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om asatoma sadgamaya, tamasorma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Har Namah Parvati Pataye. Hara Hara Mahadeva. Hari Om.